Uno, dos. Camp life. Yeah. Bright blue skies. Sort of warm. Not right now. I've made it to part 2 of February. First of February was in Lanzarote, so really nice to kind of get away from the UK just as the weather was turning really cold again and a bit miserable. Looked pretty windy and wet and generally not very nice. So yeah, I had a few days out in Lanzarote, mainly on my own before Will and the rest of the riot gang came out, and then we had a good 10-day camp. Probably about 20 of us in total, which is really cool. I had a few of my athletes out there, which nice to see them face to face, nice to actually see how all the training's going, and really good to just have like a great mix of people to train with. So yeah, I had 2 pretty big weeks out there, like basically 2 31-hour weeks back to back. Started getting some more kind of intensity on the run, so we moved on to some kind of run tempo rather than the hills, which is what I was doing in January to kind of get fit again. Getting onto some like longer tempo. Did 1 session first Sunday that was 40-minute easy run in the morning, 2-hour steady ride, and then a kind of tempo run that was 5-minute easy warm-up, then 15-minute block, 10-minute block, 5-minute block, which is pretty good. It was really windy, so it was like one of those runs where you're like a 2K loop. It was half in the headwind and half in the tailwind, so tale of 2 halves, but all good. And then we had another tempo run that was just 30-minute block of tempo. Finished up with like a real nice long run. First longer than hour-and-a-half run that I've done this year, so a nice 2-hour run. So yeah, lots of running. The running's been going well. Been really keeping on top of mobility and strength stuff as well to kind of keep on top of any of the injuries. And then bike-wise, obviously just great opportunity to get lots of bike miles in. Tough riding in Lanzarote, like windy, hilly. Also loads of great stretches on the TT bike. Perfect to get used to the new bike. I absolutely love getting the feel of it. Riding on all those like nice long straight roads, getting all the descents in, and obviously lots of climbing as well. The riding generally good. A lot of it sort of reasonably steady, because actually you end up going fairly hard on quite a lot of the hills anyway, just because you kind of have to. I'd had 1 day with like 6 by 5 minute hills, and yeah, the rest of it was all just steady, and then just a few little try and keep up with people up the hills and put in some kind of little efforts, which was fun. And then swim wise, generally just getting lots of swimming in, so I'm trying to make most of my sets as close to 5K as possible. Kind of made the most of having really easy access to a pool there to kind of get a couple of extra swims in as well. So I actually swam every day last week, which is not usual. Although one of those was a sea swim, which was very choppy and not actually that fun for me. Swimming's getting there, and actually I've noticed that I'm getting a bit better at when I'm tired, still being able to swim a bit better, where I guess like the last couple of years when I'm really fatigued from everything else, my swims really dropped off a cliff. That feels like progress. Now flown out to near Calpe to get another couple of weeks of sort of sunshine and hopefully a little bit of warmth, hopefully less wind. Basically just build on what I've been doing, so it'll be similar, kind of stick to sort of tempo runs, maybe a little bit of threshold but not much, mainly tempo, and kind of probably starting to build a bit of tempo on the bike and get a bit more specific to do some kind of Ironman training. We are now only 12 weeks away from St George. Probably get a couple of big bricks in as well. Mainly about just building on what the Lanzarote fitness is and finish off February as a real big block, and then have a little bit of a mini recover when I head home to the UK in March. I'm out here with pretty much the whole Leeds gang, which is nice. It kind of feels like home from home. What can you expect to see? I mean, obviously lots of amazing content with backdrop like this. Yeah, I mean, it's just Obviously, really nice riding, smooth roads, long climbs, long descents, some nice flat bits as well for some proper like TT efforts. Yeah, various like trails and run routes of things to do, but yeah, I think you'll just see training that looks a bit nicer than it looks at home.